Hi there. I am about to enjoy something that I've wanted to do a very long time, which is floating. I'm trying to be quiet because there's a door right here. People's all outside the door. I don't want them to think I'm here talking to myself. And I can't go anywhere below because I am naked. But let me see how to turn this camera around. Oh Lord, I don't know how to turn the camera around. But anyway, this is the pod. There we go. And what you do is you float in this water. I've got an hour and a half. I'll be floating in here. And when I am done with my floating experience, I will come back on here and tell you all about it. Bye. Hey, I'm back. And excuse the hair. Yeah, my hair is naturally wavy. So, it was really nice. I have some pros and I have some cons. I literally just got out and I got a shower. And when I get to the car and I could talk normal and I'm dressed, Hello, I am back. This is actually not the same day that I did the floating. Actually, if you noticed in my previous video, when I was done with the floating, my phone completely went kaplop because I was completely out of memory. So I have not been able to make any videos or take pictures. So I just literally cleaned out my phone a little bit so I have a little more room. These mosquitoes are crazy here. But just wanted to talk a little bit about how the floating experience was. It was really nice. I'm glad I done it. I have no regrets. I probably wouldn't pay the money to do it again, but if I have not done it, I would pay it to just have the experience so I could see what it was about. It was worth it. So I went in there, I had the hour and a half, the 90-minute float. I do think that may have been a little bit too long. If I ever did do it again, I would probably stick with the 60-minute float because I did kind of get a little bored there at the end. I did doze off at one point, and I wish I could have stayed asleep. I did turn my phone down. I did get a phone call, and even though it was turned down, the noise still woke me up. So it was very relaxing and calming. The one word of advice: do not shave before you go for your floating experience. I got in the water and he already told me if you have any cuts on your body, you're going to know exactly where they're at because the salt water will burn. And so when I got in there, I started noticing my armpits just kept stinging and burning, and oh, it was horrible at first. Oh, these mosquitoes. And I couldn't figure out why, and it took a little bit before I realized I shaved that morning. So yeah, I'm glad that is the only place on my body that I shaved that morning. I'll just put it that way. So it did quit stinging after a little while, but and then the salt water leaves a very slimy film on your body when you get out. And it's kind of similar if you ever play with the stingrays in the water, like at SeaWorld. If you ever petted even like a shark or something, you know how their skin is just so smooth, a dolphin. That's kind of what your skin will feel like. So you definitely want to get in the shower when you get out and get that rinsed off. I also made the mistake. He warned me about getting it in my eyes. Like, I'm not crazy, I'm not gonna get it in my eyes. And I did get it in my eyes until I got in the shower, and then I didn't even think about it, but the salt water had dripped, you know, from my hair, and a drop went into my eyes, and it actually burnt for a long time, probably a good hour or so. It still stung a little bit. I had to put some eye drops in my eyes, so be very careful with that. But the experience itself was quite pleasant. You just basically lay in there and you float. There's a little padding you can put behind your head to support your head. I did use the padding off and on. I would put it behind my head just so that I could relax a little bit easier. But then I would remove it because without it you just felt completely free. As long as the float was on the back of your head, you still didn't feel completely free because you felt something touching you. So I did prefer off rather than on, but you did have more support with it on the back of your head. Also, what I loved most about it, I was actually able to work out in there. I did some stretching exercises, so you are able to twist and do things floating in water that is impossible to do on a floor. So it is a great way to get you some little yoga movements going on in there. I mean, I was twisting and just doing all kinds of movements, and you don't have to worry about falling under the water. Like, I can't do this in a pool, and I float very easily, and I love to float. I love floating in a swimming pool, but if you try to attempt these twists and turns in a pool, you're gonna go under the water. At least your head will. So this was very easy to do. It felt really good to be able to twist the way I was. I mean, I just twisted my waist around, I was completely stretched out when I got out of there. So that was really nice. There is the blue light there, as you can see in the first picture, the first video I done. I'm getting eat up here. Since this storm come through here, the mosquitoes are off the chart, and they're just crazy. And they're not just little mosquitoes either. These are the freaking gigantic, colossal mosquitoes. And so there is a blue light. Every once in a while I would turn it on just to see what it's like in there. Again, it's kind of peaceful. It does take away the lack of sensory stimulation, and so you do want it off. I do like it better off. There, when you're in there complete dark, it's completely dark. You don't see anything, you don't hear anything, so all your senses are out. You're not going to taste anything unless of course you get water in your mouth. There's no smells, so it's just basically sorry, I had a call come in, but basically you have no senses going on. You're just floating around there. After you float for so long, you totally don't feel anything. You don't even know if you're floating in water. You feel absolutely nothing. It's as if you just woke up and you're laying in the bed. You just don't feel anything. And if you just slightly move, then you feel the water ripple under your body, and it was quite a unique experience. So if you ever do try the floating, I would do it. Just lay still several moments until you feel absolutely nothing, and then just move just slightly, and you will feel the water. And it's really, like I said, it's a really neat effect. So do I recommend floating? Yes, I do, and I'm very glad I went. I do recommend this place. I went to a place in Tallahassee called Driftwood Float. The guy working there was like so nice and helpful, and so I do recommend floating. But like I said, if I to pay to go back a second time, now that I've had the experience, I probably wouldn't. This is maybe to me kind of like a once in a lifetime experience. So it's nothing that I enjoyed so much that I would want to go back and do it again. So I'm glad I did it. I do have a cryotherapy coming up in Orlando I'm going to be doing, and I will record that as well and give my thoughts and opinions on that. But for now, I'm just going to get back in the house before these mosquitoes literally eat me alive. So I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.